travel habits I can't shake, and some that I will never be able to understand. The first travel habit that I will never be able to understand is how people are able to fly to, let's say, Europe from the United States for a weekend. It just, or like even less, it's not even just a weekend, like a week, which I guess isn't less than a weekend, but you know what I mean? Like for a short period of time. It boggles my mind. I can't understand it. I do not think I could possibly take an international trip that's less than 2 weeks. 2 weeks is too short. I guess I could go down the rabbit hole of why I feel that way. Number one, because you have to figure at least one day each end is taken up solely with travel, driving airplanes, trains, buses, whatever. Uh, Sometimes you're crossing international date lines that are significant. You lose a day going, you gain a day coming back, but either way, you have still lost 2 days of travel. So I know people that do this, especially people that do this for dance. They'll fly over to the UK, for example, for gosh, let me think, but like 4 days. Fly home maybe on like the Monday morning, so like 5 days. I can't understand it. I don't I it just blows my mind. I mean, you hardly have time to adjust to the time difference. Your stomach doesn't have time to adjust to the time difference. I know for me that always lags behind my sleep schedule. And travel is just it's a commitment. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of energy. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of logistics. And I just can't wrap my mind around short trips. I guess that's how we could summarize those short trips. It's short international trips. Cannot summarize it. I mean, unless you're lucky enough to live in, let's just use Europe as an example where you can just go drive and cross the border for the weekend. For me, can't do that. I pretty much have to cross a rather large body of water and a rather large country. Either way, for those who don't know, I am US based, so I either cross the US and the Atlantic or I cross the Pacific. So yeah, don't understand it. Never will understand it. To this day, when I book a trip, it is never shorter than 2 weeks, and I don't think that's ever going to change. I'll get off my get off that topic. We'll go to another one that's never changed. It's improved, but it has never changed. Fun fact: I still get nervous before every single trip. I've gotten a lot better at letting go and just being like, it's fine if something goes wrong. I'll figure it out. I throw money at it. Like I'm just not gonna worry about it. Like the world has not ended. I've gotten a lot better at that. But there's always nerves, different types of nerves. Sometimes I still get nervous about airports and security and crossing borders. I get worried. I get a little, I guess, a little nerves, anxiety boarding a plane and being like, okay, hopefully this goes well. Hopefully there's overhead bin space, no one's in my seat, and hopefully I get a nice person next to me. Hopefully I'm not the next international headline because there was an incident on the aircraft. I get nervous when I'm flying to meet people. There's been times where I've met people. I'll use my last Asia trip. They are people that I met in a mastermind, in an online business group, and we had never met in person. And I flew over there. We did a mastermind weekend retreat in Thailand. It was absolutely wonderful and amazing. But there were definitely nerves getting on that plane by myself and being like, "What the heck am I doing? I'm flying a very long distance, spending a significant amount of time in Asia and money and all that stuff to meet people face to face." And it was like, what am I doing? This craziness. Hey fam bam, love you guys. Cohort two, if you're watching this. But yeah, it's still there's still those nerves there, and there probably always will be, and it's probably a healthy thing. But yeah, that's another thing that has just I don't think it's ever going to go away. I'll never understand it. But there you have it. Other things I still do that boggle people's minds. I still show up to an airport early. I don't care if that airport is the size of a postage stamp. I still show up early. My local regional airport, I kid you not, I think is the length of a football field. It's one of the smallest airports in the world. Not the world, excuse me. It's one of the smallest airports in the country, in the United States. and takes me 15 minutes from my door to the gate, the airport gate. I promise you, I still show up 2 hours early. Yeah. It's just don't need to, but I do. And that will probably never change. I'm the same way for international flights, even though I'm carry on only or whatever, and everything's fine. I still will show up 3, 4 hours early. It's not actually necessary. I do it anyway. I don't think it's ever going to change. I I I don't know why I did. Well, I do know why I'm that way. I plan for everything. I plan for everything to go wrong. I have had instances where things have gone wrong, and I'm glad I had the time. But I think at the end of the day, I just like being in an airport. I know that's really weird. Uh, I like people watching. I like just wandering around and seeing what's there. I like seeing food options, the shopping options. These days, I'd like just sitting in a lounge and just feeling like, like I'm removed from my day to day life. It's something I think to me is still special, even though I'm in an airport a lot, even though I've been my fair share of lounges, and I don't think it's ever going to change. It is I guess you'd say, it is a privilege to travel, and I know that's never going to be lost on me. So I still enjoy that. I still do that as a habit that's never going to change. I'm just always early. Um, yeah, never going to change. Also keeping things like boarding passes. Talked in other videos, I still print a boarding pass. Not always, but if I know I'm gonna be crossing a border, I generally will print one. A lot of people could argue that's unnecessary or a security risk, especially for disposal of the boarding pass once you get somewhere. The same thing like with your luggage tags. You don't want to just like go throw them in a random trash can because people steal them and there's information on them. But I have had instances where I was very grateful to have a paper boarding pass, especially crossing borders. I've had a few grumpy border control agents. You can, I'll give you exactly one guess as to what country that was. And I just was thankful. I kind of learned my lesson the first time, and it's a wild experience. Everything was fine. At the end of the day, benefit of the doubt, I think they woke up on the wrong side of the bed, but and there was a little being of a maybe miscommunication. But that being said, I still like to have a printed boarding pass. I've had instances as well where I've been on a plane and I don't know if the seat got double booked or people just needed to put on their reading glasses. But I've had instances where people try to say, "Oh, you're in my seat." No, I very much booked and paid for this seat, and here's my paper boarding pass to prove it to you. It's not like I have an old, outdated boarding pass in my wallet. This is what was printed to me by the gate agent at the gate. So I think they're just a good thing to have. And yes, I do keep them after. They're still like a little souvenir I have. I don't know why. I just enjoy having them, and some of them are very special. I have my boarding passes from both times that I've been to all 7 continents from my 7 continent flight, and they're just super special to me. So yeah, I still print boarding passes. I'm probably the weird person that does that, but here we are. It's fine. Anyway, I could probably go on. I just have some weird travel habits and things that I'll never understand that people do, and that I do. I think a lot of it's just old, tried and true, and I don't really want to change it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, as they say. So, that's just a few of them. Don't I probably have more, but I'll stop jabbering. And yeah, just say as always, super excited to have everybody here. I love being here. I never thought I'd be a YouTube channel like video person, but I really enjoy it. I'm really enjoying doing the blog. I'm just excited to be here, and I hope you're excited to be here too. So yeah, hit subscribe, hang out in this corner of the internet, and yeah, let's go on a journey together. Catch you on the next one.